Hey there, Super Pro. Good morning. DJ Ray, thanks for plugging my link right here, telling everyone where to stay in touch with me by joining my free daily newsletter. Hey, Noel. So nice seeing you. Good morning. Brian, it's so wonderful seeing you here this morning. Thanks for starting off your day with me. Oh, yeah, I have a lot of winners for you today, and I'm feeling very confident about these plays, so I'm ready to dive into it. I have a few action plays for you today, and I'm just really excited to get started. Now, if you're new here, my name is Ariel Calista Miller. I'm the author of Sports Betting Illuminated, an AI-powered path to profit. This is my book right here. You can find it at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, wherever you get your books, or, of course, if you could get your signed copies at arielcalista.com in my store, of course. And I would love for all of you to check it out. It tells you exactly about my strategy on just exactly how I've been able to have a 30+% ROI across multiple seasons, multiple sports leagues, and we've just stayed really consistent with all of our profits by playing with the house. And I break down that strategy for you in my book. So if you don't have my book already, please go check it out. Hey, Super James, Super Duper James is here this morning. So nice seeing you. Hello, Derek. So lovely seeing you. I'm so excited. Thanks for starting off your morning with me. It is another hot day, so of course I had to put on my bikini. It's a look, it's a vibe. I was outside, I was like, I'm gonna get tan, like the summer's almost over. I gotta get my tan in real quick, like yesterday trying to get out, and I was outside for 15 minutes. That's it, like that's all I could handle. It was just too darn hot, like too hot. Like, oh my god, I'm melting. Hey, Thomas. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad you are winning with me. Yeah, we've been playing these plays of the day have just been hitting after hitting after hitting again. Hey, Chuck Science. Welcome in, David. It's so nice seeing you here this morning. Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be a great day for wagering. I have a lot of plays that I'm excited to bring you. But of course, before I get started, I like to sit back, relax, and get my mind right to win some wagers. Of course, I have my cannabis bong here. I was doing a little extra cannabis this morning. I had a little bit of a migraine like first thing, so doing a little bit of cannabis, just taking a little bit of a rest, and here I am feeling refreshed and ready to go, ready to win some plays. Whoa. That is ooh, strong in the morning. Whoa, that is some runts, and just one of my favorite go-to strains. Like, I think everyone, like, I'd love for all of you to just try out a few different strains, and you know, sometimes it's what the bud tender recommends, but most oftentimes just like find a thing that really works for you, because you know, everyone has a different thing that works for them. You know, sometimes it's easy to go into a dispensary and just ask somebody, but a lot of these bud tenders aren't really trained. So sometimes I encourage everyone to just explore different strains, explore different CBD, THC levels, you know, look for CBG, CBN, see what percentage of cannabinoids are, you know, in your strain, and also look at the terpene content as well. Look at the terpene profiles. Then you can really dial in what works for you. For me, runs just as fruity, flavorful, and it just makes me kind of have like that heady high that just feels so good. Thanks so much, Spencer. I see all those clouds of smoke floating around. It is a happy strain for sure. Yeah, is my volume not working? I could speak up a little bit more. I just haven't really had issues with my volume so far. Let me just check out something real quick, and I think everything should be okay. Hopefully. Is my volume coming back a little bit? Is anyone else having issues? I do have a little bit of solutions here, but I don't know. trying to get a solution with the OBS at the last minute is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Oh yeah, definitely. I hope all of you have thumbs available to like this if you're all betting with both this today. Just because I have some good plays and I actually feel like we're gonna have a lot of wins today. I think it's going to be a really strong day, so I'm just really excited. So many of you showed up here this morning to lock in these plays early on. And I already see like a lot of stuff moving, which is exciting because I feel like most Saturdays I come on here and things are still moving, which is part of the fun, but sometimes it's always a little bit slow, but not today. Definitely not today. All right, so obviously that was like an easy play of the day win yesterday, playing the Valkyries. So I hope you guys all lock that in. And then, yeah, Tyler made a good prediction about the Storm. And I don't know, I mean, if you're betting our WNBA plays, like, you're doing really, really well. So, you know, make sure to follow along. If you haven't signed up for the free daily email, make sure to do so right now. Just going to arielcalista.com, clicking the button, stay in touch. Then you'll find the plays of the day, a little bit of sports news, the line movements, like how I analyze these plays is a really good toolkit, and a little bit of health, you know, mixed in there, because if you're not healthy, then you're not happy, you don't have the right concentration and focus for making the best bets that you could possibly make, and, you know, using sound strategy, because then you're focused on not feeling good, and nobody wants to not feel good, right? So that was an easy win yesterday. The Sky just stopped playing like literally halfway through the game, and what an easy win. Seriously. So if you're not joining the free daily list, like, you're just walking over free money, and that's fine. That's fine. Everyone can do what they want to do, but that was an easy win, and I kind of think you could pretty much just bet against the Sky. Like, they have been it's been extraordinarily profitable for me to bet against the Sky. Like, so far, according to my metrics this season, you know, they've been, when I bet against them, it's been really good for me. Yeah, I think there is a little bit of buffering going on right now, just because I have so many tabs open. I have a lot going on. I got my numbers pulled up, but yeah, everything is happening. And we're just going to take a look at some of these fresh numbers, which I'm really excited to share with you. Since we hit that WNBA game so easily yesterday, let's just take a look at the WNBA before we dive into baseball, and then I'll cover some of my baseball plays. But there's only one WNBA game for today. So we're going to analyze some of the money movement, what's happening here, some of the lines, but truthfully, I have not seen a ton of money showing up yet in this game. Like, you know, I mean, sometimes these numbers are a little bit slower to load, so I will keep my eye on this, but let's just analyze the Liberty money line right now, and track where it's going. So this Liberty money line opened up at plus 115. Then it went to even money. So started moving. Right now it's sitting at minus 104 in a lot of spots, which I think is really interesting, you know, just because it moved pretty fast. It moved out pretty hard, and I just don't see like a ton of money pushing this line. at this moment. It doesn't mean that the money can't develop later. I mean, I think, some of these numbers are just a little, slower this morning, but it's clearly going in the right direction for the Liberty today. So keep your eye on this line. I don't have like a definite play here at this very moment, but it's starting to move, especially considering how it went from plus 115 to minus 104 where it's sitting at right now. So that's a pretty big movement on the money line without really, at this moment, I'm not seeing a ton of money. And the spread's also going in the same direction. It went from plus 2.5 to plus 1.5. So the spread is starting to move, very, we could see this continue moving. I don't know, but it's moving in the same direction as the money line right now. So that was based off of one bet. Guys, this is important to understand, especially like as you see, the sharps, and when you're identifying sharp movements, like why is Vegas moving the lines? And a lot of times they're usually siding with the sharps. And the sharps and the general public also aren't always on the same side. And, sometimes the sharps and Vegas aren't always on the same side. But, if, one super sharp player comes in and they move the line this dramatically, I like when I see the sharps and the house move in the same direction. To me, that's a really good indicator. And then I see the spread moving in the same direction as well with the money line. It's really interesting, and I think that explains why I haven't seen a lot of money showing up here yet pushing this. It's because, sometimes all it takes, like especially in these sports books, they know who everyone is. They know who the sharp players are. Even if you're not exactly walking into a sports book, they still, have you identified on your phone, on your devices, like unless you really have some crazy systems going on, which, takes some time to develop for sure. But truthfully, they know who you are, and if you're a sharp player, oftentimes they'll be like, okay, the sharps are going this way, we better adjust our lines. And that's where it's a really interesting dynamic between Vegas and the sharp players, for sure. Interesting. Pinnacle took a $200 $25,000 bet from a very well-known gambler. That was that. Vegas moved. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes, exactly. It could be overseas books, but books like Pinnacle that have been around forever, they are real, like, change makers in the sports book industry as well. Because a lot of sharps really do like to bet, like overseas. Some sharps are overseas or have overseas accounts. Pinnacle is, of course, one of the largest sports books, and it's actually really, yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Chuck Science. I was just going to mention, if you've been, watching the sports news, or if you're interested in especially like following along with the Gambling Hall of Fame, my friend Paris Smith, who ran Pinnacle for many, many years, has become the first woman in the Gambling Hall of Fame, and I'm just so incredibly proud of her. I mean, she completely deserves it. She, has really done an incredible job managing Pinnacle, and she's a really nice, wonderful person. So, I hope you guys all get a chance to check it out one day. And yeah, I mean, seriously, a huge congratulations to her. That is a wonderful, groundbreaking achievement. So congratulations, Paris Smith. Seriously, that is incredible. And I love that. I love that. It's a big step for women as well. So, hey, hopefully one day I could be in there too, right alongside her. A girl can dream, right? All right, I'm gonna do one more cannabis hit. We're gonna dive into some Major League Baseball games, see what's going on here. That's so funny, Super Pro. Ooh, they both sound good. I like that. Are you gonna have a sharp attack? Or a sharp moment? I don't know. They both have a nice kind of flow to them. Sharp attack. That almost sounds, yeah. It makes me think of Shark Week for sure. Yes, I like it. All right, let's dive into some Major League Baseball. All right, starting off with the Pirates versus Cubs. This is an earlier game, starts at 2:20 p.m. Eastern, so just in a few hours from now. All right, just in a few hours from now, Pirates are facing off against the Cubs, and I have been watching this total. It opens up under 9 minus 105, then it moved to under 8 minus 104, then minus 105. But there was level. I'm getting a little tongue-tied. Must have been the cannabis hit. There was level 4 money on under, and right now it's level 3 money, so the money has lightens up a little bit, but it's still there, it's still strong, and it's not going anywhere. So I like seeing all of the money on the under, and the line is moving in the right direction here. So I think this is looking like a really sharp play, and I like this under. I would say, this is looking like a very, very strong early play to lock in, especially before it moves to under 8. It could move even more, but sitting at under 8.5 right now, it's moved that half a point already, plus the money is all there on under, so the sharps are piling in on under, and a lot of casual bettors as well are watching the sharp movement, following along with it, driving the line even more. So I would say, it's almost 11:30 right now. And this might be a play you want to lock in early. I like it a lot, and I think this is a good place to play an under. I know we all like overs, I know we do, but this is looking like a strong under play this morning, especially because it's just going in the right direction. It's already moved, and the money is there for sure. So I'm playing with the house here and with the sharps. I like the under. I like it a lot. Oh my god, I love that. Super Pro Sharp Week. That would be so fun. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so you still see under 8.5, minus 104 on the board. Perfect. Yeah, I think this can move any moment, so you might want to grab it under 8.5. I definitely like it right now. And it's looking very strong. This is looking like a really strong play. So let's cover another game right after that. 3 o'clock. Rangers are facing off against the Blue Jays. Now, I thought this run line is looking really interesting for the Blue Jays. It opened up at minus 1.5, plus 150. Then it started moving. It went to plus 132. Then it's sitting at plus 130 right now. But there's level 1 pro money on this at this very moment. So it's a lot of pros are taking the Blue Jays run line. Vegas adjusted this line pretty majorly from plus 150 to plus 130. I could see them adjusting it even more as more money piles in, but I love this Blue Jays run line. I'm so glad you like both of these plays, Chuck Science. I hope you're locking them in. The under in a Pirates Cubs game and this Blue Jays run line is looking really solid. Now, the Blue Jays run line, like I said, a lot of pro money. And as you will see in the morning report later, this is a capital P pro money, not just like a lowercase p pro money. So really strong. It was at 9.5 earlier. Dang, I saw it open under 9. So it might have opened up even higher, like where you're looking. So that's interesting. But yeah, under 8.5 now. So it's definitely moving towards the under this Pirates Cubs game. And Thomas, like you said, plus 126 now. They're not going to be giving you a lot of plus money for that much longer, especially as they see more sharps come in and pile onto this play. Vegas, they're not giving anything away. Not the sports books. So it doesn't surprise me to see it at plus 126, but I would definitely lock that in before it moves even lower, before you're getting like a plus 110 or something, because that's very possible, especially because it's just been on the move. It's still on the move. A lot of pro money here too. And, like we were talking about earlier, when Vegas sees the sharps, they keep moving in the right direction with the sharps. Hey, good morning, Chris. Thanks for joining me here. Oh, okay. Volleys has the Jays at plus 140 right now. Guys, this is the importance of line shopping. Make sure to check around, see where you could really find like the best plus money plays and try to get them. Like every pro handicapper, I pulled out Billy Walters' book last time I was on air, and I'm reading his chapter right now on strategies and line shopping. He always says like this is key. I say it, he says it. I really hope you guys listen to like one of us, even if it's not me. Listen to Billy Walters, because he says like if you really want to become a professional gambler, line shopping is incredibly important, and I believe in that. Seriously, you guys have heard me say that since day one. Shop, shop, shop. Yeah, exactly. Vegas is locked in, and like let's not forget, they really do have like the best, as I don't know if you guys have read, Billy Walters's book yet, but like he says, his team, like his computer group, they had people with PhDs working on their team. They have people who were, like professional, professors at major universities working on their team, mathematicians, like all of these people coming together to form, the computer group, what he called it. And the thing is, Vegas has all of those people. Plus they have, the machine learning experts. They have the data analytic experts. They have contracts with, the big ecosystems that are capturing all of the live data feeds in all the arenas, like AWS having contracts with all the arenas to capture all the data feeds from every angle so precisely. It's down to like literally 60 times a second. That's way beyond beyond human comprehension to be so precise and track all the data like that. So considering line sharping. Oh boy, I didn't even catch that. Thank you. But seriously, Vegas has all of that information. Vegas has that. So what I do is I play with the house. I identify spots where Vegas is taking a stand, and I play with it. and that's how I've been able to be so successful. I don't have to go out. I mean, of course, I can go out and, hire the best, of the best professors and mathematicians and all of these people. And of course, I have the machine learning and data skills, and I know how to code and write my own programs. But at the end of it, I also realize like Vegas is still going to know more than I know. They just are. So that's why the only option, truthfully, to be successful is to play with the house and not against it. That's just the fact, and that's my strategy, and I have to say it's worked out pretty damn well for me. Oh yeah, it's a really good read. I would love everyone to read it, and I mean, it's a lot of like his background and personal story. And I mean, especially like if you're one of those people who walks into the casino, like, he really lays it all out there. Like, I went to Vegas with the girl that I wanted to date, and I blew all my money, embarrassed myself. But then at the end of it, I, ended up getting with her and getting married to her and dating her, and she knew how to handle him. And it's just like a wonderful story of his personal life and, growing up in the South and like gambling and, just his whole story and the people he's dealing with and the federal government, of course. He brings in some really good points about, how we're taxed like crazy on winnings, yet like losses don't, you can't count really losses when it comes to like the federal government policies. But yeah, so just a lot of unfairness there, but he really has a good book, so I'd love for everyone to read it. And like, knowledge is power. That's what I say. Like, try to learn everything you can, because I mean, there's no reason not to. There really is no reason not to. Alrighty. I'll always put you ahead of the curve, and you know what I say? So one thing they can't take from you. Nobody can take your knowledge away. So, Major League Baseball. Let's dive into my current ROI. Just to keep you guys updated, these are my current ROIs. So, in baseball, we are sitting at a 44.2% return on investment. We have a 69% win rate, and we've played 248 units. Woo! We have been crushing it this baseball season. And seriously, this has been our best baseball ROI so far. Our last year, our baseball ROI at the end of the season was only 25.7%, which is still wonderful. Of course, like I say, I always tell you guys, like, having a 10% ROI puts you in the professional leagues in Vegas. But so many people call themselves pros without actually tracking their ROIs, or just, I just hit, out of my last 9 bets, I hit 8 of them. And then I'm like, well, how did you do over the last 30 days? And nobody wants to like reveal that information, of course. But we stay consistent. We track everything. So yeah, last year we ended with a 25.7% ROI. 2023, we had a 34.2% ROI in baseball. And this year it's sitting at 44.2%. So yeah, that is incredible. Some say he won't give out all his secret sauce. Going to, oh, cool. Okay, so you're going to Vegas in October. That will be fun. Seeing the Raiders. I haven't even seen them yet, but like, I know a lot of people in town are really starting to put like the Raiders stuff on their cars. I'm starting to see more and more Raiders merch like around town, which is cool, like people are starting to get out and support the team. But I still see a little bit more like Golden Knights merch and stuff when I'm just out and about in the town in Vegas, with the locals, not like not down on the strip, you know what I'm saying? There's still 2 million people in the town. It's not all just the strip. Thanks, Michael. Yeah, I mean, I have gotten more selective with my plays, but it's boosted our ROI incredibly. And you know what? I mean, it's great. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's, truthfully, like, Billy Walters, like, especially when he gets into the first, like, chapter on, like, how he bets and just, like, strategy for players to understand, is everything that I've been telling you all along. Keep records, track yourself, and most importantly, line shop. Like, a lot of these things I've been saying, he says the same thing. So, I mean, it's a really good book to read, and make sure to read my book along with it. Seriously, when you are checking out Billy Walters' book, make sure to check out Sports Betting Illuminated by me as well. That's right, Chuck Science. We are on fire. Seriously, but I mean, I would love to know if anyone else has like this high of ROI in Major League Baseball, because it is crazy. Like I said, we've played 248 units so far, 69% win rate, but a 44.2% ROI. That is wildly profitable. Seriously, where else are you gonna find ROIs like that? The stock market? I don't think so. I mean, now let's go into the WNBA ROI. Right now we're sitting at 41.5%. That is incredible. So we made it over that 40% mark. I told you guys that would get there. Our win rate in the WNBA is 72.3%, and we've only played 68 units so far, but pretty good. So we're doing pretty well, and yeah, that is true. I know. I mean, I love when people actually post their true ROIs, hold themselves accountable, but a lot of people, really don't do that. And, you guys see my daily emails go out. You guys saw for years my daily TikToks, always timestamp before the games. So it's proven, it's all right there. But we hold ourselves accountable, we track our bets, we stick to our strategy, and we don't let randomness or like variance stress us out too much. Like, everyone's going to have hot streaks and everyone's going to have cold streaks. That's just part of gambling. That's part of, the randomness of it. But you have to be able to just, stick to your strategy, stick to what works, and pull through it for real. Oh yeah, I cannot wait. Fantasy football. Oh, that would be a really fun costume. What do you guys think about that? I do have some things that are in the works right now that I'm excited to share with you, but I'm not gonna tell y'all yet. Just wait for the news. It's good. All good things. I promise. Alrighty. Now, one cannabis hit, and let's dive into some more plays, because I have some plays that have been developing. Of course, we already have 2 plays that are super solid that we've locked in, right guys? And this one is a little bit more of an action play, but I know you guys love my action plays, action players out there. So let me hit that. You know what? I have seen clips like of the old NFL lingerie football league, and I'm like, you know what? That was so cute back then. Maybe they'll bring it back. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know why they canceled it in the first place. Woo, waking up with a little bit of cannabis in the morning. Yeah. Usually I have my coffee and everything, but like I said, I was feeling a little headachy, and just cannabis really just helps with putting your body back into homeostasis, which means putting your body back into balance. So that's what I need this morning. fun. I would totally go on air doing some doing some hot look like that for sure. Okay, so you wanted to know the San Francisco money line. Let me take a look at it. I didn't see too much movement earlier, but hey, anything could have happened. You know what I'm saying? So let me just like refresh some of my numbers. San Francisco, the money line did open up at minus 130, which, you know, is okay. I mean, I just don't really like playing minus 130s in my opinion. But right now it's sitting at minus 120, minus 125 in some spots. I don't know, that's a little shaky for me. It seems like it's going in the wrong direction here. I'm not really seeing like an overwhelming amount of money here either, so I just don't really see like any indicators at this point saying that, you know, the line's moving in the right direction or that the money is there pushing it. I just don't see, it's just not meeting my parameters at this moment. That's all. Yeah, exactly. I mean, when Vegas is moving in the opposite direction a little bit, that makes me worry. Like, yeah, I mean, maybe if they moved it to like from minus 130 to like minus 140, you know, and there was some money going on it, but right now it's moving from minus 130 to minus 120. I don't know. Not my favorite, not my favorite play at this moment. So I'm just staying away, just because it's not really hitting my parameters. All right. Yes. Okay. So yeah, let's talk about this game. Phillies are playing the Nationals at 4:06 p.m. Eastern, and yeah, let's talk about it. Right, exactly, Chuck Science, and I'm just not seeing that there. All right, so this one's for my action players. The total opened over 9.5 even money. Then it went to over 10 minus 107. So a pretty hard early push out. And then it moved to minus 109. Right now it's sitting on mixed money, which is really interesting, indicating to me this is more of a Vegas push towards the over here than it is actually players, you know, piling on the over, which is kind of what you expect often on like a Saturday. But, you know, Vegas is moving this line all on their own. It's mixed money. So this is looking like a pretty good action play. I would say, you know, the over 10 here is developing quite nicely. I see it moving from minus 107 to minus 109. I wouldn't even be surprised. Like, I was looking in some spots yesterday, I was seeing totals that were like minus 115, and they're not even letting you adjust these lines as much as a lot of these places used to, because I think they are, you know, catching on that, you know, you could just adjust the line like a few, you know, a little bit and still get some plus money. So yeah, exactly. There's no money supporting it, but Vegas is moving this line. So I'm going to put this into an action play because you know what I say, play with the house, not against it. The sharps aren't piling on here, and you would normally expect them to move this line if there was a lot of money just piling on the over to try to balance out some of the money, but they're moving it without the money. So I like that. I like to see that happen, especially because it already moved a whole half a point to the over. And, you know, these odds just going from minus 107 to minus 109. I think it could potentially go to minus 112, minus 115, or, you know, maybe they'll even move it another half a point, like over 10 and a half. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so it's even money now. Yeah, well, this is a bit more of an action play, something to keep your eye on. And now that it's moved back to even money, I don't know. Let me take a look again. Yeah, I do see it back at even money in most spots. Okay, that's interesting, but still a lot of split money here. So I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Keep your eye on this one, and if you're an action player, I'd say you could put this into the action pile for sure. For sure. Alrighty, let's look at another game. Alrighty, so the Mariners are facing off against the Mets at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern today, and I've been watching this Mets money line. It opened up at plus 110, went to minus 105, and this was on Mariners money, but there were some sharps I saw taking the Mariners money line. So at this point, I don't know. It's a little I don't know, a little iffy to me. I mean, the line is moving for sure. I still see it at minus 105 in a lot of spots for the Mets. But considering a lot of sharps are taking the Mariners, I would say just kind of watch and wait on this one for a while. Just watch, wait, let's see what happens. Because I'm not feeling super confident about it, but the line is starting to move. Exactly. I think, yeah, I mean, it still could be very square. Like, this isn't even in the action pile yet. This is just in the watch and wait. And let's just see what develops here, because there are sharps on the Mariners, but Vegas is moving this line. It's just really, interesting, but I don't have a play here yet at this moment. So just, yeah, keep your eye on this. Oh, congratulations, Noel. I love that. You like the Phillies over? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's on its way to developing for sure. It's starting to move in the right direction. I mean, are you talking about the team total over or like the game over? Because, I mean, I was looking at the game over. I wonder what the team total over is right now. I don't really know. Let's talk about the Twins facing off against the Tigers. Now, this is a play that I actually really like a lot, and it's the total in this game. Now, I don't really have a play on the money line or the spread here, but I have been watching this total in a Tigers Twins game. This is a 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern game, and the over opens over 8.5, my bad, over 8.5, minus 105, and then it moved over 8, minus 118. There was first level 1 money on the over. Now there's even more level 2 money on the over. The line is clearly moving in the right direction for the over. So I do like this play a lot. I think this over here in the Tigers Twins game is, a very sharp play. This is one of my favorite plays that I like on the board today. So I would say, if you're going to grab an over here, like, this is the spot to play the over in this Tigers Twins game. I like it. It's moving in the right direction, and the money is only growing stronger on the over right now. It went from level 1 to level 2. So even the sharps, and all of the, people are, seeing this line move, and they're starting to, grab onto it, especially before it moves again, because especially sitting at minus 118 right now, I predict that this is easily going to be over 9 within probably the next hour or so. I would not be surprised to see this line move once again, because usually when it's sitting at minus 118, they just move it a half a point. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that for sure. But I really like this overplay, and line shop around a little bit. You know, maybe you could get it for -110 somewhere. You know, check out the different sports books. Line shopping is key, and seriously, look for the over, because this is the one over spot that I really like today. All right, yeah, I'm glad you agreed with this total. You're gonna ladder it a little bit? Okay, why not? Okay, are you taking like the over 9, over 9.5, like over 10? Maybe a little bit of a ladder. I would say don't go too extreme here, guys, you know, but you know, you can ladder this up a little bit. I like to see some of our sharps laddering it, and yeah, I mean, especially because it's sitting at -118 right now, it's very likely that the sports books are going to move it, and it's clearly just moving in the right direction. So I like to see that happen. Yeah, definitely. So you're gonna ladder it just a little bit. I would grab this over, lock it in. This is a good over early play, especially before it moves again. So I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, really looking like a good play. Alrighty, so I have seen a little bit of movement. Oh boy. Yes. Are you gonna confuse line dancing with line chopping? I don't know how to line dance, but I wish I knew how. It seems like so much fun. I have seen a little bit of movement in this White Sox Royals game, but right now I don't exactly have a play. I just want to show you guys how this line is moving. But you know, it's interesting. So this White Sox money line opened up at +145. It went to +123, and there is level 1 Kansas City Royals money. But the White Sox do have some sharp money coming in on the money line right now. So seeing some of the sharp money coming in on the White Sox, but there's level 1 money on Kansas City Royals, but this line is moving in the right direction. Like the sports books are adjusting this line for the White Sox. Like +145 to +123 is you know, pretty pretty big move. But at this moment, I would say, you know, leave it out of your action plays, keep your eye on it, see if it develops. But I don't have it in the action play pile yet at this very moment. I'm just watching, waiting to see what happens, but that was a big early initial play. I think it's also interesting that there are some sharps on the White Sox right now. It's an interesting play. I don't know. It's a little bit more shaky for me, to be honest. A little bit shaky. Oh yeah, the Daisy Dukes will definitely teach me. I think, I mean, I don't know. Can I go line chopping in this outfit? What do you guys think? Or line dancing, I mean. I just did it again. Like, I don't know, spin around. What do people do? I don't know. I need to learn some moves. I feel like I should know, because like, I used to go to Stoney's, like the Stoney's country bar, like in Vegas. If you're like a real local, everyone knows. But I guess I'm just not like a talented dancer. I don't know. I need to learn. Somebody needs to teach me. Thanks so much, Super Pro. I love seeing all these hearts across my screen. Thank you. Alrighty. So let's look at a few more lines that are moving. For example, are you guys going to teach me how to line dance? I'll try to do something at the end of the show. All right, so this is pretty interesting. The Diamondbacks are facing off against the Rockies at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern tonight. This Rockies money line went from plus 155 to plus 140 on level 4 Diamondbacks money. Interesting. So this line is moving against all of the money on the Diamondbacks. Money is looking a little square here, but let's look at this Rockies run line for real quick. It went from plus 1.5, plus 110 to minus 102 on Diamondback money. But all I'm seeing is pro money coming in on the Rockies run line right now. There is quite a bit of pro money. A lot of Joe money is coming in on the Diamondbacks. And this line is moving in the right direction for the Rockies. They went from plus 110 to minus 102 on the run line. So I like how this is developing. I see it moving. I see the money line also moving in the right direction. I would probably take the run line here over the money line. If you are an action player, look at the run line, and I definitely think this is starting to, yeah, exactly. I mean, this is a little bit more of a lean, but I would say this is an action play if you want to take this Rockies run line right now. It is looking pretty solid, but you're leaning over in the Diamondbacks Rockies. This is a high over. It did open over 11.5, minus 115, which is kind of like really high. It's sitting over 11.5, minus 115 right now. I do see a lot of kind of just split money here. But it is, yeah, I mean, I agree with you. It is a little bit of a weird game. That's true. Line shopping. Just remember, guys, have different accounts. Make sure to get the promo codes from all the places. Get the free bets. When you're opening up accounts, make sure that you're taking advantage of all of these offers to the best of your ability. And then when you go in, make sure you're shopping around, comparing these to different sports books. Even if you just are starting with a few sports books and you're just checking a line at different spots, over time, you're protecting your bankroll just by line shopping. And truthfully, even Billy Walters says in his book, start off with a bankroll, whatever it is you feel comfortable, and go in with the expectation that you're gonna lose it all. But at the same time, here are some ways to start, really managing your bankroll responsibly. And one of the first things he said is line shopping. And I mean, if I haven't repeated that lesson enough today, I hope you guys know it, because seriously, get these plus money plays, guys. There's no reason not to. I want you guys to win some money. You guys work hard for it, and there's no reason not to. All right. Now, there is one other game that I'm looking at where I've seen a little bit of movement, but it hasn't risen to the level of an action play yet. I would just say this Rockies run line is an action play. I definitely put that in my action play pile. Yeah, they should be scoring runs, and 11.5 is just really high for me. And I think a lot of the bettors are seeing that as well, because it's mixed money. No one's taking a strong position on the over or the under in that Rockies game. And Vegas is literally holding a line exactly where they open it. They are not budging. They know it's at equilibrium point. And to me, I'm just, not seeing a strong indicator that Vegas is taking a stand anywhere, because they're not moving anything. And no money is really, coming in to influence that total at this moment. So, nothing is, really saying I don't know, it's a great play. I would just stay away from that one personally, but if you have a really good angle, or something, insider information, that's good too. Of course, use that to your advantage. but at this moment, just how I do my strategy, my parameters, I'm just not seeing anything there. It's funny, Super Pro. Let's look at this Angels Athletics game. This is a 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern game. And the Athletics money line went from -115 to -125 on mixed money. So not a lot of money here, but Vegas is moving this line, and that's interesting. You know, keep your eye on it. I would say I don't have a play here yet at this moment, but keep your eye on it. Yeah, just interesting how that line is moving, especially because it's not really getting pushed by any money. It's just Vegas moving this line. So keep your eye on it for now, but I don't have a play there. So let me just run down my action plays first, and then I will give you guys the plays that I like the best today. So like I said earlier, the Rockies run line is looking like a really good action play, and you could still line shop around, find it for some plus money. Then this over in this Phillies Nationals game is looking pretty, you know, like a pretty good action play as well. It's starting to move. So those are my action plays, but these are my like super solid plays I love right now. And the first one is the under in the Pirates Cubs game. This is a play I feel very strongly about. I really like it, and I really like this Blue Jays run line because there's so many pros here. Vegas is moving this in the right direction, and yeah, it's just looking really good. And finally, for another really strong play that I really like, is this over in the Tigers Twins game. There is a lot of money here pushing the over. I know some of you have been talking about laddering the over here, and if you are going to ladder any spot, this would be the place I recommend doing it, that's for sure. And those are the plays that I really like today. Yeah, definitely. All right, so those are all of my plays for the day. It looks like we're almost out of time right now, but next time I have a really fun thing to do with you guys in the cannabis field. So the DEA did put out a new quiz, and so don't go look at the answers in advance, but I will be doing that on Tuesday's show, which will be fun. You know, everyone can just write in their answers and participate. And yeah, thank you so much, Super Pro. Super James. And make sure to come back to Tuesday's show at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Then we'll do, you know, maybe I'll do some line dancing there. This is my line dancing right now with my bong. Ooh. Line dancing. No, I don't really know. I think you go like kick, kick. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. I need to go to the local country bar. I don't even know if there is one around here, and learn. Somebody has to teach me, right? All right, thanks so much, everyone. I'm so glad you had fun. And please come back to the next live stream. Please hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. Subscribe. And of course, sign up for my free daily emails where I give you my sports news. I lay out exactly all of the, you know, games and how the lines are moving. I give you my plays of the day, which have just been on fire. I really don't think we can lose, guys. And of course, a little bit of health information to keep yourself, keep people in your life healthy, happy, feeling good, so that we could win some more wagers. And of course, you got a daily picture of me at the bottom of every single one of the emails. It's free, it's easy to sign up. Just go to arielcalista.com and hit the button that says stay in touch. It is super easy to sign up. Tell your friends, tell your family, get them to join, and I will see you all on Tuesday, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Let's have a wonderful winning weekend. Let's win all these wagers. I'm feeling very confident about some of these games, and good luck to all of you. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and thanks for joining me.